He find the gap. Don't think that was the right choice, but at first glance he's got away with it a little bit. He didn't really fancy that one, did he?
Very tough, wasn't it? But no safety shot, and decided he had to go for it. And he perhaps played the pot and into the bunch because of the pace he played it. I think he tried to flick off the bunch and get on the black, but a bit fortunate not to have left a red on.
Pretty good effort that. It was more or less a free shot for Ken. The only red he could leave was the one he was having a go at, and look where the white finished. He was on the black. Had he have knocked it in,
this is a clever shot Ronnie's playing here. He's trying to cover the red in baulk with the yellow to force Ken into either playing a negative safety or an attacking safety shot back into baulk, and they may have just left a bit of this sticking out. Don't know whether he can see enough of it to screw back off it. No, he can't, so he might have a go at this one. I'm sure he wishes he had now.
One. Ronnie O'Sullivan, one.
Yeah, it was a tricky little angle that into the middle pocket. It wasn't quite as easy as it looked, that one. And this is a type of shot that wouldn't have been available years and years ago. He's going to have to play up for the blue because the black's not on, and because he can use the tip of his own cue and the extension, he can screw back. Yeah, he could get enough screw on it because he was using his own tip. We still do have the long tackle, as we call it there, and with that there's no way you could play that shot because the tip looks like a big mushroom. Can't remember seeing anyone use those for quite a while, Willie.
Another little tester for you. Here's the tip, as you can see. Look, not even any chalk on it, so that's obviously not been used for quite some time, just for show now. He was the first professional player to have the extension.
When are you going to ask me one on sport, Willie? I think it was Jim Meadowcroft, who used to commentate with the BBC and was a great player himself. Yeah, Jim designed the extension. Didn't have, well, he may not have designed it, but he put his name to it.
12.
No. This really has been the best chance either player has, and it was created with that terrific split on the reds.
$13.
I mentioned that Ken has got to get in amongst the balls and start scoring because Ronnie has outdone him in the two tactical opening frames.
Yes, he is a good scorer, Dennis, and you hit the nail on the head, the
20.
fact that he has to be a little bit more aggressive. And he's one of the few players to have made over 200 competitive centuries, so there's no reason why he shouldn't just push the boat out a little bit.
21.
I mean, he'd be disappointed now if he doesn't go to win the frame from this position.
Yeah.
He really is a terrific competitor, Ken Doherty, and world rank number 2 and provisionally still number 2. So he's been battling to try and get to that number 1 spot.
.29. .36. 37.
Ronnie's probably resigned to the fact now that Ken should go and win this frame. Ken knows he won't get a better chance of this to get a frame on the board, and until you do get a frame on the board, regardless of the score, you never settle.
44.
By far and away his highest break so far, and a good chance here of a century.
45. Yeah, okay. 52. Ken Doherty, 52.
Well, he'll be very disappointed there, Ken, not to have made that a break of frame in proportion. The lead of 46 is not enough, with 75 still remaining.
What about this for a shot? Almost frozen on the bottom cushion, and he stroked that one in. Now that's a bit unlucky. That was very attacking.
8.
To try and develop the difficult red there. There was 3 reds available, but Ronnie wanted to get that into play, and he's been a bit unfortunate. I don't know whether this red goes or not. That didn't go. I mean, Ronnie
O'Sullivan.
Doesn't
8.
matter how well you play, you can't pot balls that won't go. It just didn't look on that.
Yes, best way, you could only see one jaw, and he's just looked up at the commentary box and a little wry smile. That's the Hawkeye view of it, Dennis, and right-hand jaw only.
Well, at least he smiled about it.
I think he was probably smiling more to the fact that he got away with it. Having missed that shot, you were entitled to stick something on.
While he holds his hand up, that is an amazing piece of good fortune there. The crowd applaud, but that is not the shot that Ronnie played. How he got through the gap in the two reds, I'll never know. In fact, he mishit it slightly. That's why he held his hand up to apologise. We'll just show you. Have a look at this. He's playing to a thin shot. Now look at the gap he goes between.
Well, I'm glad Ken played a good safety shot there, because he would have been very unfortunate to have maybe kissed the green and left a long pot on. This is exactly the same shot Ronnie's playing. I think he might play with a little bit of left-hand side here to make sure that he doesn't do the same again. There's the cue ball. There's the left-hand side to straighten it up. But has he a good white this time? I don't think so. There may be a pot on here.
It's tight. It's tight. Can he just get past the blue? Ken's down having a look. That is very tight. I think he would need a little trace aside. Might still be worth trying to pot it with that little bit of swerve. Yeah, he's playing it with a little touch of swerve. Well played. Very well played. One.
That does take years of practice, that kind of shot, because it's just a case of how much side you need on a shot like that. You can see Ken imparting the side, and you could play that 10 times, hit it thin, 3 or 4 occasions, hit it thick the other 3 or 4 occasions, and then pot it twice. So it was a great shot.
Three. Four.
So the blue nicely on a red, shouldn't be a problem. And it looks as if Ken's got his first frame on the board.
Nine.
There's the difference, 47. So just the red will be enough.
Ten. $17. 18.
So things starting to warm up in this quarter final. Ronnie O'Sullivan had a 77
25.
in the last frame. Ken break a 52 in this frame.
26. 33. 35. 38. 42. 42 on the frame.
That's a good effort from the Irishman Ken Doherty with that break of 52. Gives him his first frame on the board, but he still trails 2 frames to 1.